Now, let's come to black seed oil. Oh my God. If in your pantry, if you forget everything else, no honey, no Zamzam water, no wet cupping, hijama they call it, if you're not even eating dates, if you don't do anything else, I urge you, I make dua to Ya Allah, all the people listening to this, that they please purchase black seed or black seed oil, preferably black seed oil. And the Prophet says this in a narration, that in black seed there's healing for every disease except some, and some is death. And black seed is shuniz. So this is something if I saw this, it just blew my mind. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, is saying there's a healing for every disease except death. Now, it's interesting why the Prophet said not death. Like, why is death included in this? Because there are a lot of people that even say dying is a disease. It's because we get diseased that we die, and that's not the reality. You can still be healthy and you'll pass away. The point is, you pray for a long life, because that's in the hands of God. It's not in the hands of medicine. It's not in the hands. You might say, well, if this is a healing for every disease, that means I live forever. No, it doesn't mean that. It means you won't have disease because you're taking black seed. But don't forget, you might pass away in a car accident. Someone might shoot you. I'm not trying to be all grim here, but this is the reality of life. There are a lot of other ways to pass away other than being diseased. So what are the benefits? You're like, Ahmed, come on, let's get to the benefits. Well, the benefits are this. Oh man, antibacterial, antiviral, Nigella sativa, this is the scientific name for black seed, exhibited promising outcomes against many multi-drug resistant gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. This is so important because bacteria, after a certain amount of time, can get used to the drugs that the pharmaceutical companies are making. But Nigella sativa, the blessing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in it, that it even showed promising outcomes against many of those types of bacteria. Number 2, anti-cancer. Man, the world we're living, as I said, the leading cause is number 2 in the US. Cancer is creeping up. You either have brain cancer, liver cancer, stomach cancer. There's every type of tissue type you have, there's a cancer for it. So anti-cancer. Anti-cancer has been shown for Nigella sativa that in animal studies that it can stop the growth of tumor cells and reduce the incidence of tumors. That is so awesome, because when you start taking it, in the beginning, you might be wondering, well, it's not doing anything. It is. It's killing those bad cells. And when you kill enough, it gets to a point where now there's a regression to the disease. Now it's lessening, it's going down. And then to our third benefit, anti-diabetic. It's been reported that those who took 2 grams per day for the duration of 3 months, they decreased their after meal glucose levels and their fasting blood glucose levels, their insulin resistance, as well the glycosylated hemoglobin. That is so awesome, especially for you diabetic people, that if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, that by taking black seed, and preferably it would be better in black seed oil form, that you can alleviate a lot of the diabetic symptoms that you might occur, or even reverse it altogether. Now, you said, Ahmed, what do I do? I'm sick, I have cancer, I have fibromyalgia, I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have this, I have that. Well, the first thing to do is this. Go purchase on Amazon or any website or any place and start taking a teaspoon or more depending on your disease. So what do I mean by that? If your disease, let's just say you have a cold or you have a virus, maybe you have COVID, take a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons a day. I would preferably keep them from, like, if you take a teaspoon in the morning, take a teaspoon in the evening then. Now, let's say you have some moderate to severe type of disease. You have cancer, you maybe have diabetes, whatever type of disease, put it in there. I would say you should take 2 to 3 times daily, and each time take a teaspoon. Take a teaspoon 3 times a day. 2 to 3 times a day. Take a teaspoon each, and then take it with food or some drink. Because in my opinion, when I have taken it, trust me, it's bitter, first of all. And the second of all, you will feel it in your tummy, in your stomach. You might even feel a little, not nauseated, but you're like, oh, something's different. So take it with food. So hopefully it has a better absorption. And start taking it right away, please. Especially those that you're diseased, you have some sickness, you have some type of cancer, you have some stage 1 cancer, 2, 3, 4 stage, doesn't matter. You have dementia, you have any type of disease within your body, start taking it. Start taking it. And even hair loss, put it into your shampoo, put a teaspoon into your shampoo or some few drops into your shampoo, mix it into your hair, leave it into your hair for a few minutes and wash it out. The only thing I'll say precautionary tale here is the precautionary portion is that make sure that if you are already taking medications that like anti-blood thinners or some medication that might interfere with black seed, because obviously if you're reducing, you're helping one portion, you don't want to help too much that it might cause some issue in your body. So if you're on thinner, this might thin out the blood even more, which you don't really want. So be wary of that, and please do your due diligence when taking it with any existing medication. So moving on, another part in Islam